It's time to go inside Florida State football. This is the Jimbo Fisher Show. The Jimbo Fisher Show is brought to you by the Florida Lottery, proud sponsor of FSU Athletics, the Florida Department of Transportation, drive sober or get pulled over, the energy-saving conservation programs of Tico Peoples Gas, Camping World and Good Sam, your one-stop shop for everything RV, Coca-Cola Zero, real Coke taste and 0 calories, The Gem Collection, finest quality jewelry, extraordinary service, and the best possible prices. SunTrust, the official bank of the Florida State Seminoles. Nick's Toggery, provider of Coach Fisher's wardrobe. By visitflorida.com.
Hello and welcome to the Jimbo Fisher Show. Coach, congratulations, another big dominating win over Syracuse, 59-3, and your team just continues to be workmanlike, very efficient as they go out and just take the opponent out of the game right away.
Very proud of the guys. We've started fast, and again, it goes back to preparation. We practice well, and they take it to the game field, and they're able to apply it, and then in all 3 phases. And we're doing it consistently with back-to-back things, and one side feeds off the other.
To what do you attribute the way you guys have been able to focus? I mean, is it coaching? Is it leadership? Is it just the right combination of players?
I think we have a plan. We believe in what we're doing. There's an unselfishness among this team that it doesn't matter. We always have a saying, play don't care who makes it. Our guys don't care who makes it, just so somebody does, and they can help the guy make it. And their ability to believe in what we're doing, and I think the senior leadership of reinforcing, and those guys totally believing and caring.
Well, and there was potential for distractions this week. You had homecoming, you had the 93 team back, and yet, again, as has been the case all year, you just go out and block it out and play football.
They really have, and the guys have done that very well, and again, I'm extremely proud of them. It's a fun group of guys to coach.
Well, Florida State runs its record to 10-0 on the season. Obviously, a lot more football ahead, but lots of highlights to get to from Florida State's victory over Syracuse, and we will do that when we come back. It is a happy homecoming for the Seminoles. Big win over the Orange. The highlights are up next when we come back. Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show. It was homecoming for Florida State, Coach, and a homecoming for the guys who helped start it all, the first national championship team from 1993. I know, it's a work day on a game day, but you had a chance at some point to interact with some of the stars and players from that team.
Man, that team had so many, not only great players, but just great people, interesting personalities. I mean, that's what championship teams are made of, and it was great to see those guys and great to let them be acknowledged for what they've done for Florida State and kind of that first national championship, and great for the fans to be able to see them also. And Coach Bowden to be able to come back again and be honored with his players. I mean, how tremendous. As a coach, that's what it's all about.
It was great to see, and Derek Brooks, I'll tell you what, he looks like a coach on the sideline, the way he's out there high-fiving everybody.
He does. Now Carlos made a bad decision. We need to let that ball go out of bounds and get it on up there. But now we get a little speed play. They had a good defense here, and we could have ricocheted and made an adjustment, but they got us on the first play, and then we run a nice screen play here. What's a big lineman out front? There's Bobby Hart out front getting on the block. There's Trey Jackson running down the field. Those guys throwing, it creates lanes, and Devontae Freeman again was outstanding for us. Right. We get a little screen. It's a run-pass option for Jameis, and we're getting great blocking out there by Christian Jones, Kelvin Benjamin. Those guys did a nice job. We run a little naked play. Kenny runs a little out route. Great ball, can accelerate through the ball, and another good job by Kenny Shaw, who had an outstanding day. And Jameis again, they kept playing inside for the run. Kenny, get that ball just in stride, we might score there. But again, Kenny Shaw and KB doing a great job out their offensive line. Great run here. Chad Abrams and Jacoby McDaniel leading him up inside. And there's Giorgio Newberry, of course, our right side of Bobby Hart. Trey Jackson, center of Stork, had a great game. Josue Matias, Cam Irving, those guys up front, Nico, all those guys blocked. But I tell you what, defensive, boy, are we playing well up front. And number 15, Mario Weber's playing outstanding. Christian Jones coming off the edge. Eddie Goldman holding the point. And, of course, Timmy Jerning is playing ridiculous inside. I mean, playing great. Now, what a great block and play here. Kermit Whitfield, the guy's electric now. Now, watch this block here by James. You talk about an unselfish guy, quarterback leading that. That's pretty good speed to catch up to Kermit.
Yes, it is.
Then Kermit, we're going to have to get on Kermit. He better run away from those guys. But Kermit can fly. He's so dynamic with the ball. And the thing about him, he could fast, but he's strong. He's powerful. He broke a tackle on this one just like he did his kickoff last week. The guy is a natural football player. Just going to be a tremendous, tremendous player for us. Coverage was very good here. Ronald Darby making a good play. They got a good slant right there. Terrence Brooks, who again played outstanding. Jalen Ramsey. Our linebackers, Telvin Smith. But I'm going to tell you, Reggie Northrup and E.J. Levenberry come in. Great close right there by Brooksy in space, tackling in space and closing. E.J. Levenberry and Reggie Northrup will played outstanding in this game. Our leading 2 tacklers in the ball game. Again, there's Nate Andrews in the game. Telvin making an outstanding play. Joyner's always Joyner. Nice play action here. Good protection. Finds KB on the sideline. Great throw and catch. And he had another foot. We might have been able to turn it back up. But here, get a little play action. We're going down the field, and they get some pressure. And they went to a 2-deep coverage and got back into Tampa. Covered the route. Jameis scrambled, got a couple yards, got out of it. Ran a nice little seal play here. Green KB. Look at the receivers. Rashad Green, Cam Irving throwing his body around. Great run by Devontae Freeman up inside. Here we get nice, look at the, there you go, number 8 picking the blitz up, doing a nice job. Jameis finding his outlet, his 4th guy on the other side of the field. And there's Nick O'Leary, boy. You talk about Yacker, this guy's getting to be really good with that football, protecting it near leg, near shoulder, running very well.
First guy does not bring him down.
Nice power play up inside, good Nick and the guys inside blocking. Devontae Freeman gets a touchdown up inside, and offensive line, along with Chad Abrams, doing a tremendous job in our tight ends. There you go, blocked, I mean, couldn't be blocked any better. And great job inside by the guys. Pressure in that quarter. Terrence Smith again flying around the ball. There's the old daggone Joyner, Eddie Goldman, Jernigan. You know, again, P.J. Williams playing outstanding football. Those guys are all doing a nice job now. Great job. There's Joyner again. He just always seems to be around that football. Them guys, what I like is gang tackling. Guys stripping the ball, guys getting the ball, Jernigan, everybody. Guys flying to that football. I'll tell you who had an outstanding day right here. Kenny Shaw. Well, they got a shank punt, but he returned kicks and caught all the balls in the air, which is tremendous. Kenny's becoming a tremendous.
He's done a really good job of that since you put him back there.
Tremendous. Play action. Now, we missed a block. They had a weird blitz, and we had to keep sliding in protection. Jameis got to make sure he gets down. He got to keep, it's a different blitz, and we can get that fixed. Again, great read by Kenny setting down in the hole. Jameis finding his secondary receiver. That's a read. We had a corner route on, and we set that down as a hook route, and great job by those two communicating. Again, fade out. Throw it in the hole up and over to KB. Great throw and catch by those two, and just great execution, being able to throw the different routes. They were mixing coverages, 3 deep, 2 deep, 2 trap. I mean, great throw and catch here by Rashad Green. And their player right here, he's okay. I went by the hospital last night and saw him, and he had a little disturbance, maybe a bruised lung or something down the inside. He took a shot, and he coughed up some blood there for a minute. And they stayed precautionary last night, but Mama was there, and they'll take him back home to Syracuse today. Great to see him okay.
That's good news.
Yes, it was. You hate seeing anybody get injured. Our defense playing outstanding. Again, being physical. Reggie Northrup and those linemen, I mean, our backers filling the gaps, just being physical. Nowhere to run. Again, Jameis finding a nice out route here. We were in the empty set, and he had his choice of where to go with it. Kenny Shaw getting yak yards. I mean, daggone. Everybody gets on him. He's not having a 100-yard day. If he'd near leg, near shoulder, and get one more yard, maybe he'd get one.
7 catches, 99 yards.
KB, again, keep that ball secure, but KB is just becoming a complete football. Picking up blitzes here. Nice job there, Rashad. I mean, Jameis just finding the open guy. Different routes, different coverages, mixing it. The backs catch it, tight ends catch it, Z, slots. Everybody's getting the football. Great ball security right there by Nick, too. Nick had another outstanding day, and then we'll see a catch later on. Nice bubble screen again. Making reads, run pass options. Those are all on Jameis. He can do what he wants to do with that, and he has the looks. And there was a big hole, but the line blocked that play very well. So it went 6 one way, half dozen the other. Now, great fade throw. Great spot. KB, boy, just going up, timing the ball, getting that body. For a guy to control his body at his size like he does, it's ridiculous. I mean, it really, and didn't have the ball skills. Perfect ball, perfect route. That's and it wasn't badly defended. Right. The guy played it well. That's when you know you're executing. Great job by Terrence Brooks, Joyner, again, Telvin Smith. Those guys just flying to that football. Again, we brought a little blitz. Jalen Ramsey coming over, filling in. Jalen, boy, what a football player he is and going to continue to be. Again, play action. That daggone guy Jernigan now, he is so strong and powerful and really understanding what's going on defense. Playing with great discipline, confidence. Again, pressure again, Christian Jones. They get a screen route. We got to go on. We need to make that play. We need to press the back out of the backfield. We let that one get away from us, and they got a big play out of it and got down the daggone field. Again, defense again, losing the edge just a little bit. We got to get a little safety support right there. And there's who is that? PJ coming up being. I'll tell you what, PJ is very physical for a corner now. He can tackle. That's what I like about our corners. Not only cover guys, boy, nice hit. And I'm gonna tell you what, great job of turning your shoulder, not hit above the neck, and not targeting. That was a great job by Jalen Ramsey, getting a good hit but still being clean. Good job, Timmy. Dan Hickson. And Dan Hickson, he ended up making a heck of an interception there later on. He did a great job.
We'll see that later on. Incredible catch.
Boy, he's playing better and better now. And they had a bad snap, and we're flying around that football. And I mean, guys just trying to get to that ball, man. Just trying to get to that ball. Great job. Getting a nice run right. Great block by Trey Jackson, Bobby Hart right there. Bobby's playing extremely well. That daggone Bobby Hart's playing really good. KB taking receiver out of bounds. James Wilder running wild, doing a great job. Playing to get him. Now we missed it. We got to slide. This is a normal. This one upset me. We should have slid and had this picked up, and we had a big play down the field. We got to get this. You know, every now and then we're having a little quirk right there. We got to get ironed out. But again, Rashad Green, he's just Mr. Just makes big plays, and he's so smooth you don't even notice. Now this ball got deflected. 13 deflected that ball just as it came off on the twist, and that's what happened. One of the incompletions and threw Rashad off and threw the quarterback. But hey, how about Roberto? 53-yard field goal, and had another 10 yards with it. Again, his leg and having that leg. We haven't had to depend on it deep, but it's great to see that he can walk out there and do that when he has to. I'm gonna tell you the other thing. His kickoffs are beautiful. We set him up. When we wanted him to be returned and get him inside the 25, we wanted to kick him out. Reggie Northup being physical. Guys are running. Marquez White on the field right there. Guys just running down, being physical, playing. That's all three phases. Good hit on the quarterback, good clean hit, and that's what you want to do. Christian Jones, boy, he's learning to play that edge now. That's a burst and some speed and power. Again, good job here. Telvin Smith, again, the tackle machine. And he and Reggie Northup, guys just getting to that. DeMonte McAllister, great to see him. And again, Jacoby McDaniel played an outstanding game yesterday. Him and Dan Hicks, those guys, all those guys, just being dependable and accountable. Again, flying that. There's Telvin again. Quarterback's run now. He just has a way of making plays in space. He's a football player, boy. Great here, Kenny Shaw again on these punts. Nice job, makes a guy miss. Boom, boom, gets that wiggle. And you talk about getting field position. Instead of starting at your 18, now you're at your 38. I mean, those are huge differences in play calls and everything else. Again, we get a little option route right here. 80 again takes that shot. 80's a tough guy too now. They pass some licks on us too. It's a physical game. We get down. We had a mix up right here again. Same situation from before, and we got to get this ironed out. It's a base protection that we should have very easily picked up. Just a misassignment, and we'll get that cleaned up. Great hook right here to KB, getting part of it back. And on third down here, we have a chance to get up inside. And Kenny gets jammed up on the route, and they get us, and that's just the lone stop that we weren't able to score in the first half. We scored 6 out of 7 possessions, and Jameis scrambled here, and now just get down. Don't need to take that punishment once you're not going to get that first down. Take care of them, but they stopped us. And again, good ball here, Jalen. Again, setting the edge. Great job by Jalen Ramsey to save setting the edge, turned it back inside to Timmy and the boys, and they're rallying to the football. But great half, 38-0, scored 6 out of 7 drives. Defense was lights out. Special teams played well. We couldn't ask for a better first half.
Jameis was 19 for 21. He was, I mean, he's been pretty hot all year, but this is about as hot as he's been since the Pitt game, I think, to open the year.
Yeah, well, we had one on a screen that ended up being, got a deflected ball on a slant by D lineman in the screen play. One of their linemen back was actually read the screen on the jailbreak screen and got to it. But the other thing, too, not only just his throwing, but checking us in now the runs, getting us in the right plays, getting us in the right protections, picking up the blitzes. I mean, mentally was really outstanding.
The offense has been so efficient, Coach, you may not even be aware, but Roberto Aguayo has already set the ACC single-season record for most PATs.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
He passed Scott Bentley on that list, and you still got some games to go. Coach, the big play the first half, sponsored by Gem Collection, and we'll go back to a guy that's a star in the making, maybe already a star, is Kermit Whitfield. That's just a big-time play.
He really is. Kermit just is so dynamic with the ball. Again, he can return, he can play receiver, you can flip it to him out of the backfield. And there's another guy in that group named Bobo Wilson's going to be like that too. But Kermit's just really emerging right now and playing well, playing strong. You may have things about his track speed, but how physical and strong, his balance, body control, ball skills. This guy is a real deal, and he's going to continue to be a great player here at Florida State.
And that block by Jameis 40 yards downfield, You're good with your quarterback throwing that block.
It's a team game. It's a team game.
All right. It was a great highlight, great day for Florida State. 38-0 lead at the half. Still a lot more highlights to come, and we'll get to them right after this break. Stay with us here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
Buckle your chin straps. It's time for Inside the Helmet, presented by Napleton Infinity.
Josue Matias from Union City, New Jersey, offensive guard, junior. First football game I remember was I was probably I don't remember my age, but I was in 3rd grade. It was against our rival town. I think we ended up losing, but it was a pretty good game. Got in for a couple of plays. remember getting hit one time. Remember one time I was going to get a sack and I just got blindsided, and that's probably one of my favorite and worst memories of Little League football. I always tell that story to all my friends. Pretty funny. In the real world, it was my dad, but in the football world, it was Michael Strahan from the Giants. I used to look up to him. I used to watch him play every Sunday on TV. It was great watching, growing up and watching him play. I was actually a Penn State fan at first. And then I did see Florida State play a couple of games, and I did see their tradition and other stuff they had. And actually, I wasn't getting recruited by Florida State at first, but then I saw that, and then they started recruiting me, and I fell in love with the place, and now I'm here. It's an unexplainable feeling. I mean, my mom was actually at that game, and I knew I was probably going to get in for that game because we were playing ULM. So I was like, I had the bubble guts. So I ran out, and I just look around, the lights or flashlights. I mean, and then seeing Osceola and Renegade smack the spear, oh, it was unreal. I do a lot of random things. I usually go fishing, swimming. I hang out with the offensive linemen. For the first time, I went to a NASCAR race down here in Florida. So yeah, so I mean, I do a lot of random things. Whatever my teammates want to do, we all do it together, offensive linemen. So it's just whatever we feel like doing, we go do it, you know. Back in high school, I know, not now, but back in high school I had a Spanish food name, which is mango. It's kind of weird to pronounce, I know, but it's a Dominican food with mashed plantains. I used to get called that in high school, but thank God they don't call me that here now, so it was pretty embarrassing. I remember running out on the field. That was the game I actually said ULM. My mom was watching. It feels like the stadium's in a circle. It's gonna like suck you in. So I ran out there, and there was a play to my side, play to the left. Now I just told myself, I don't care if I make the right block, but I'm gonna just drive somebody down the field. And that happens. They had a stunt. The guy came inside me. I was like, forget it. I just went to the linebacker and ended up driving him like 30 yards back. I mean, it was a great feeling. I like football movies. I actually saw the program for the first time. You know, it was a popular football movie in the locker room. Everybody's always talking about it. And I felt like I was the only guy who had never seen the movie, so I went and bought it. It was a pretty good movie. It's like peanut butter and jelly. You can't be one without the other. We're just so close, so it's crazy.
Welcome back to the Jimbo Fisher Show, Coach. This has become the norm of late, a big lead, and one decision you had to make, I guess, was how much longer you wanted to go with your quarterback and your ones as you get into the second half.
Well, we made the decision at halftime. You'll never know, because every game's different. So we went in and said, if our defense comes out and plays well, we get to stop because they had the ball coming out. Then we felt very confident. If we had to stop at the lead, we wanted to get Sean some quality reps and wanted to keep the ones around him. So they could get used to working with him. He could get used to how it feels to be out there with him and get to drive. And again, set it up with great, outstanding coverage right here. We're getting the ball inside the 25 or the 21-yard line, and the guys are covering the kicks very well. Again, our defense, great job in there. There's that guy again, Timmy Jernigan. He is a dominant player, boy. Jacoby getting good push. Great tackling, open field tackling there. Telvin Smith getting out there, getting to the football. Timmy running inside out. Brooksy coming down, getting guys in the football. Jacoby get a little tip. I couldn't tell who tipped that ball, but when they called interference there, That was the one questionable call. You always get one a game. But great job, again, our guys getting the football. DeMonte McAllister getting down there, stopping the run, playing. That's what we're doing a great job. Again, setting the edge on the defense. PJ, there's Christian Jones. I mean, guys are doing blitzing. There's Jalen getting to the quarterback, making that ball come out, getting up the A gaps. PJ with great coverage. And we get the punt, and then again, Kenny Shaw. That's hard to do now. Running into the face of guys, and then change the field position. When you get to balls in there, we emphasize that, and Kenny does a tremendous job of judging them off the foot and getting to that spot. Again, we have a bubble screen. They ran out there. We missed a block out there, but we also probably should have handed that one off inside. But it's all right. Sean's first play. Now we get a nice run right here, nice 9-yard, good blocking by the whole offensive line, and James Wilder leading the play, and Devontae gets a nice run and gets up in there. We get a third down, we block it, short yardage, which we've gotten so much better at, and then James Wilder finishes it off and able to get in that end zone. I tell you what, when he gets there, he finds a way to get in that daggone end zone there. He scores some touchdowns.
He does. He averaged, I think, 17 yards per carry in limited duty yesterday.
Yep, great job by James. And I think James got 2 on the day. And Chad Abrams leading that block, and the whole offense, Giorgio, the tight ends, the whole offensive line. We had a misassignment there, got to stay on that guy. Great tackle by Darby. Chris Casher, who comes in here and plays extremely well for us in these drives. Good job up inside. The guys up inside, Eddie and those guys just holding on blocks and stopping that run, and guys being physical. Again, Casher getting those hands to Chris, boy, he got such ability. He's just a redshirt freshman who has a chance to be a big-time player. We get a nice seal play here, good kicks. Great job by Bobby Hart, Stork, those guys getting out there, and Carlos getting a nice run for 6-8 yards in the first play. And boy, I mean, then he hits another one. You can see again the explosion. He's just running away from him. That guy hadn't had an angle, and I mean barely got on. You see the acceleration by Carlos and that big body now. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch him run.
4 carries, 78 yards.
It's pretty efficient. And then we get nice play action. And great throw by Sean McGuire. Great catch by Nick O'Leary. Now, and Nick set a record there. I guess I didn't know this. That was the most touchdowns ever receiving for a tight end in FSU history. And Nick's having an outstanding, just being a complete player. Blocking off the ball as a fullback, as a route runner, catching balls. I mean, being a real weapon in our offense. Congratulations to him. Our guys did a good job picking those blitz again. Those guys are young, just making play after play after play. McAllister and the boys, and just doing a good job. Desmond Holland in the game, you see him in there. Terrence still in there with those young. Again, Casher knocks the ball out, strips it, and then you see the athleticism to run away. I mean, this guy is an athlete, guys.
Unbelievable player.
It really is. He's a 260-pound guy now that can. This guy was a wideout in high school, and was a big-time basketball player. I mean, got range and not just a post-up guy. I mean, this guy's an athlete now. Tremendous, tremendous player.
Defense continues to force turnovers.
Yep, create them. That's when you're forcing those trades, critical. Again, Desmond Holland in the game right there. Other guys making plays. There's LaMarcus Brutus flying around the ball. E.J. Levenberry. Other guys getting up in there, and again, those young linebackers getting better and better. Great job. Great cut. How about this pick by Dan Hicks? How about that play right there? You talk about an athletic play by a defensive lineman now, defensive end. That was tremendous. First one he said he's ever had at any level.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what he said. So it was great to see. And that's why you see why I liked him as a tight end? Carlos again on a great run. Our young lineman in the game again. Austin Barron back in there with Lovelady and who else we got in there? Carter. I mean Ruben Carter. This ball here, guy hit his arm. He went to throw the ball, and just as he let it go, his arm got hit, and unfortunately we ended up getting a turnover out of there. But we have other guys in the game, Wallace and Big Red's in the game doing a great job. And again, there's Keelan Smith in the game doing some things for us. EJ again being physical. Nate Andrews, Brutus. There's DeMarcus Walker. I mean, all those guys. I mean, some good young players in there. Guys that's getting better and better, and just quality time and reps are getting. Now they get to push this pile. We got to stop that pile from being pushed there. But again, we're holding them down in there. Good job by DeMonte again. Nate Andrews making plays. DeMarcus and all these guys. Boom. They get a play action. Good play by Brutus in the flat. They picking up a couple first down. They did a nice drive. This is a good. They're a hard physical. There's Mitchell. It was great to see him back in the game. Derek Mitchell back in the game and they're making plays. Got a chance to be a really good. He's Justin Shanks in the ball game. Great to see him.
Just valuable. I mean, significant valuable time.
It
for all
are
these
now.
guys.
And these guys are young players. I mean, still freshmen and sophomores and right over the upright, didn't it? That one, again, that goes back to my laser, and I guess right over. That's a good one. Again, they pooched it over here. Brutus gets it. We got to catch that ball in the air. Beginning, he got a hold of it. I mean, Shane Broxy, excuse me, and made the play. Yeah, but well, if we get this block right here by out there, I like seeing Kermit get down that sideline now. He would have been electric again. Again, nice 4 or 5 yard gain. Nice run here by Ryan. We missed a block. Oh, this ball has a chance to be a big play, and But Ryan Green, what a future. Here's Jacob Fair and crew in the game, playing over there. So those guys, there's a good group of guys out there playing good football. Again, Casey Beatty, got him. Hope we don't get him too much action. We got him one. But great punt. We get to cover it down here. Again, Phil Dumar making another tackle. He's getting to be a tackling machine. He's making plays every week. Again, guys running that ball, keeping the edge. Great play right there. Who is it? Nate Ant. Boy, that guy just makes football plays. One after another. Good job here. They get a draw play up inside. We miss it. Guys, but a great tackle there by Brutus coming up being physical. Had to hold that point. Again, zone play. Nice play by Nate. Linebackers got to feel that a little bit better and be a little more physical. Don't get stretched. Good play there. Does that look like Derek Mitchell in there making a great job? Derek's got a chance to be a heck of a football player now. I mean, he really does. Big, strong, athletic guy, smart guy too. Again, the quarterback getting the scramble here. We're getting Desmond Holland getting the sack. Again, Derek helping out. Great to see those guys get quality time and quality reps.
Brought down by Desmond Holland.
They're popping some run. Nice job there by them. Good zone play. Nate Andrews coming over, and Keelan Smith. Got to get this guy on the ground now. Got to get him on the ground. Popping him, got to wrap up. Step on their toes, hit on the rise. Drive, nice play. I don't know who was that coming in there. I couldn't see who. Somebody got the quarterback again. I'm being Casher. Great play. Shavin Scott, what a great guy he is. Class guy, very good football coach, great guy, and they got a good football team. He's going to do a great job up there at Syracuse, and I wish him the best of luck the rest of the year.
As we talked about, Coach, an opportunity for a lot of guys to get significant playing time, and maybe most notably your backup quarterback now, in Sean McGuire. What can you tell us about him? He's not somebody that fans probably know too much about at this point.
Sean was a guy who came out of New Jersey, Seton Hall Prep up there, great school. Was a baseball player out of high school, went there to play baseball, and ended up playing football and baseball, and just great arm, very talented, can run with the ball. Very smart, tough guy, good athlete. I mean, I think he's got a great redshirt freshman. I think has a great future here and will be a very good player. And I think he had a great week of practice, stepped into his role right now with Jacob being injured, and really accepted it. And I was very proud in the way he went about his business last week in practice. And you see he got in the game, functioned very well.
Good opportunity for him. And as we look back at the big play from the second half, again, like the first half, a lot of ways we could have gone here, but Chris Casher, and this is sponsored by Xfinity, the big play the second half, just really showed his athleticism.
He really did. You're talking about a guy 6'4", 260 pounds, coming off the edge, can run in space and tackle, but he got power. And he stripped the ball, can bend down, pick it up, not break stride, and then run away from everybody on the field. I mean, Chris has a tremendous upside, and he just gets better and better each week, and I think before he leaves here, he's going to be one of those guys you remember at Florida State.
Coach, last week in Atlantic Division Championship, this week, and I don't know if this was on the goal list, but you finish 8-0 in the ACC. Congratulations.
It really is. I mean, you always want to win all your conference games or interdivisional games, and that was one of our goals, to be able to do that, and very proud of the guys for doing that, that's for sure.
So Florida State goes to 10-0, a convincing win over Syracuse, and the Noles will be back at it this week. We'll talk about the Idaho Vandals when we come back. Stay with us here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.
Let's go behind the scenes of Seminole football with this week's Seminole Insider, presented by Hyundai.
Ain't nothing different right here, man. We brothers. I look at y'all as blood brothers, y'all. I will go out there and die for y'all. I'm going to go hard. Y'all ain't going to see me slacking. Everything. After I'm done talking to my coaches, y'all going to see me out there cheering my defense on, special teams, whatever. Everybody. Red shirts, whoever. Everybody needs to be cheering, dog. Nobody needs to be sitting on the bench having no other conversations. We all we got. Because we all we got, just like you said, we all we got. Block everything else. Hey, there's 90,000 people out there. We all we got. We cheer for each other. And that's it, y'all. That's it. That's from the heart. I love every last one of y'all. Every last one of y'all, boy.
Let's step into the film room. It's time for Seminole Playmakers.
All right, Bryan, before we get to the film, talk to me a little bit about coming into college. You were a tight end in high school. Did you know that you're going to be an offensive lineman? Were you recruited that way, or is that something that materialized once you got on campus?
Looking back on it now, I probably should have known, because I came here for a little camp one time, and I was supposed to be a tight end. They recruited me as a tight end, but I went over there with Coach Trickett, and he put me at center during pass rush one-on-one, and I couldn't even snap the ball. I didn't know what I was doing. But really, I didn't know. I should have. And a couple weeks after signing day, they called me and said, hey, I think we're going to put you at guard. And, I was okay with that because I just wanted to be here.
You started at guard, and then your sophomore year you made that transition to center where you are now. What was that transition like?
Oh, it wasn't easy. There were some long, rough days, but I mean, it was definitely worth it, and it was worth the struggle.
All right, let's go to the film. I believe this play Seminole fans remember well. You got some big runs against Northern Illinois. Take me through this play.
All right, I think it's power 26, and we got two backs, and it's gonna be Mike Middle, and I got a shade on the backside. I got a block back on him. These two are gonna deuce these guys back. The backside guard is gonna pull for the Mike, and he's gonna pick and hinge. You'll see what I'm talking about. And then I think the tight end's got him man on. Yeah. This isn't bad. We got about 20, 30 yards on this.
Just talk about the offensive line. I mean, everyone can see a big play, a big running play. Just how big of an impact does the offensive line have on a big gain?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a big gain without us, would it? But the running backs need us, and we need the running backs. And I mean, together we try to make each other look good.
All right, let's go to the next play.
All right, we got 29 stretch Bob. Bob means back on backer. Like, we got boss and we got Bob. And Bob has always ran to the split inside, which is this one, because the tight end's on this side, and that's the strong side. And we're going to go Mike Middle, because I'm leaving one for the fullback to block him, and he's got him. It's all a numbers game. And I got a shade on me, and I sent Josue to the Mike.
How much traffic are you directing out there pre-snap?
Right now, me and EJ are looking, because we were supposed to go right first, and we checked out of it because this is a heck of a look right here. We got, three guys right here for 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we got the fullback on 4, so it's 4 on 4. Over here, we're outnumbered, so we have to go the other way, and it would make sense. So you see me, I'm pointing out Mike Middle. It's called Ace Mike. Anything between a center and guard, front side is on the run is always ace. So we ace to the Mike. So he gives him a little chip, and I kind of reach around him, kind of twist him a little bit, torque him, and we bust it out. And Lonnie Pryor had a heck of a night. It's good times.
How excited do you guys get for the big runs?
We love it. We get to go sit back on the bench and just watch defense play, and it makes you feel good, and you can't wait to watch that play when you come in on Sunday morning to watch the film.
You spent a lot of time starting at guard. You worked a lot in practice at tackle. Spending that time in those positions, has that helped you as a center? Yeah,
it's helped me see the whole big picture. Used to at guard, see when Ryan McMahon and Rodney Hudson were here, they just tell me what I had to do, And as I grew up a little bit, I started playing a little bit of center and tackle, and it's just helped me see the whole picture. I used to just look at the down line and the linebackers. Now I can look at the safeties and tell where they're going to go. If they roll down, I know the guys are coming across my face. And it's gotten a lot easier. And so going from guard and tackle and coming back to center, it's made my life easier.
Time to look ahead, sponsored by Florida Farm Bureau. And Coach, you're finished with the conference games, not counting the conference championship game, obviously, in a couple of weeks. But this week, non-conference, not a familiar opponent for Florida State fans at all, coming from the other side of the country. The Idaho Vandals come in.
Yeah, they are, and very well coached team. Paul Petrino's first year out there. And, the Petrino family's always got great coaches. Paul's a great coach, been an offensive coordinator for Bobby for a long time. Very, very great, very good offensive mind. We'll have those guys ready to play, and they've done a good job of getting better and better each week.
Well, and your team's done a good job of that too, and I know that's the mission each and every practice: get better every day. You're either getting better or getting worse, and you want to be going forward.
It is, and you got to drive yourself from within. We talk about getting better. It's not just playing the game. Where do you want to go as a team? What do you want to be? And there's a level in which you play at. You don't ever want to dip below. You don't ever want to go below it. There's an elite level, and we challenge our guys for that every day, and they challenge themselves for that. And I think one of the things about this team, it drives itself from within, because coaches can drive you. Everything can drive you. If you don't have that self-determination from within yourself, it's hard to do. And I'm very proud of our guys, the way we've been able to do that so far, and hope that we'll continue.
Coach, how beneficial is it when you've been able to play as many guys as you have, that not just they get experience on game day, but now it shows up on tape, and so you can work with them to correct mistakes and show improvement?
Exactly, and they know what they're capable of, and it gives them hope what they can be and what they can become, and how they see themselves when they become the starters. And it's great. It's great for overall morale and hope of what you're doing, and it builds your confidence. I can go out on that field and I can make plays, and I belong here, and I can do the things that the other guys out there are doing. It's just tremendous to be able to watch them and watch them develop.
Florida State and Idaho this week, a chance for more guys to play and develop as FSU welcomes Idaho to town. 3:30 kickoff final home. I can't believe it's the final home game already.
Yeah, I know.
It goes fast. 3:30
Wow.
coming out to Doak Campbell Stadium. All right, we'll step aside, come back with some final thoughts here on the Jimbo Fisher Show. Welcome back. Just some final thoughts from you, Coach, here. I mean, you're 10 games in. You know what you've got, and you like it, but you still want to continue to polish and tweak and get better each and every chance.
You have to. If good enough is good enough, then you're in trouble. We got to continue to grow, and there's still things we need to clean up, be more consistent, and keep developing those younger players, and our older guys being able to sustain. That's the thing about it. Sometimes the consistency, you can't get bored just doing the same thing over and over. You're playing well for a reason. Now you got to continue to repeat the process, and that's going to be critical for us if we're going to develop.
Final home game. Coach, the crowd's been great this year, by the way.
Super. Fans been there, great support, great to see them, and I love them staying to the end, getting to see those young players play. That means a lot to us. It means a lot to those players.
So come on out, last chance in Tallahassee to see the Noles this year.
Senior day.
Senior day too.
Last
and,
time.
That's true, boy, and I know that's tough for you, but
It
there's a good crop, and we'll talk about them next week, Coach, because they've had fine careers. Thanks for joining us. We'll have the highlights of the game with Idaho next week right here on the Jimbo Fisher Show.